There are some things about Augusta that they don't want you to know.
Here we go. Everyone else, if you're watching or listening, guys, don't bother going. It's Tyrrell Hatton's.
Tyrrell Hatton's going to win. Put $5,000 on Tyrrell Hatton to win. His invite to the Masters got sent to the wrong person with the exact same name who was in his town, who was also a golfer.
Imagine getting the invite and going, well, what's the subs, boys? Yeah. Sorry, mate.
Are you mad?
You must be joking.
Oh, well. Here we go. Episode number 3, series number 3 of your favourite golf podcast. It's Golf is Ruining My Life.
Episode 3 of 45. Hello and welcome back. How is your life? Is it being ruined by golf, Tom Green?
Oh, my wrist injury, man. My blooming wrist injury.
It's a difficult one, the wrist injury, because especially as a man, you can't describe having a wrist injury without some wag doing that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of masturbation jokes. Yeah, I gotta say it.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I mean, today's episode is going to be a masturbation episode. So
that doesn't really work. No, that's not a thing.
We can edit that out if you want.
Yeah, we'll take that out. That won't go on the socials.
So today's episode is going to be
the Master Special.
A Master Special. Yep. Very, very excited about that. The Masters is for me the best sporting event of the year.
Yes, but can I say also why this is so exciting?
Go on.
Is if you cast your mind back 12 months ago, it was the Masters episode that I think started off this podcast. We are very close to 1 year of doing this show because it was around the Masters that we launched this thing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't remember things like that. I think if I'm very in the moment, Tom. You know me.
Yeah.
You're the official archivist of Golf is Ruining My Life. So here we are. Masters 2023 is on the way. So many good players, so many things to talk about around the tournament. First of all, just to make a little announcement, you've probably seen this in the press. I've not made it in this
again.
Year. Yeah, it's now 42 years on the bounce for me, which hurts.
That's so annoying. You were hoping for one of those wildcard picks, weren't you, that they sometimes give out there? You don't get their own credit, but you've paid someone. You're someone's brother, basically.
If you're going to call it a wild card, put a tiger on the course, and I don't mean Tiger Woods. Do you know what I mean? Put a wild animal on the course, not just a random player.
Did you see the story about the guy? I can't remember the ins and outs of this one, but he lost his invite to the Masters, got sent to the wrong person with the exact same name who was in his town, who was also a golfer.
And is that presumably now going to become a movie about a random man who played golf at a big tournament?
It's a Netflix show, isn't it?
That's incredible.
So he was going through the post one day, and he opens up this envelope, and it's his name. I can't remember the professional who is his namesake, right?
Yeah.
Same name, opens it up, and he's a golfer, plays for like 18. And it's like, you've been invited to the Masters if you want to come and play.
The thing is, if that was me, I'd be like, yeah, this makes sense. They should invite me because I have been hitting my wedges really well recently. So, yeah.
The Masters, it'd be good to see that sort of cutty wedge, wouldn't it?
I would love to see that because obviously they. What's the name of that tour where you get normal golfers? Which we talked about
yes,
not the Formby tour. Or something like that.
No, the Trilby.
There you go. We got that.
Yeah.
The Trilby tour, where handicap golfers go and play a big Stableford tournament. It's a brilliant thing.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that, but on Augusta, and just to hear the members wincing every time a big chunk of fairway gets.
Can you imagine?
The
Trilby tours got better and better because when it started, it was a bit of a joke, and I think the guys at Trilby won't mind me saying this because they've come such a long way with that whole idea. Was that when it started, it was a bit like, oh, look at this crap golfer hit a bad 7-iron, and it would be on Sky Sports, and it'd be like the worst of the Trilby tour.
Sort of you've been framed, but golf. Yeah.
That's it.
But now it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it's taken a lot more seriously now. I just think it's a really cool idea that as an amateur who loves this sport but would one day like to have a caddy and get dressed up and do it properly with sponsors and it's done properly. Yeah. That's an amazing experience.
And do you know what would be a wild card on the Trilby tour?
Go.
McIlroy.
Can you imagine that?
Put him off plus 20, right? Yeah. Now that is what I call a wild card. That's a legit wild card.
Yeah, on the Trilby Tour wild card this year it's Rory McIlroy on the first with a load of shankers.
With air balls. It has to do with air balls.
I think that'd be brilliant. But I'm so excited for the Masters this year.
Yeah.
Because I've sort of gone away from golf as in my playing of it over the last few months.
Yeah, you've sort of sat back into the armchair golfer mold. But as the wrist wrist injury.
Yes.
Recovers.
Left wrist, actually.
Left.
So.
Well, okay, right. I'm adventurous man. But as that recovers, and I have seen you, we were down at Pitch, by the way, recording again here at Pitch, the wonderful Pitch, indoor golfing in central London. I've seen you hit a couple of balls already in it. It looked okay. And sometimes a golf injury, beware the injured golfer, mate.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to use this opportunity, this injury, and coming away from golf for a little bit to sort my grip out.
Okay.
Because my grip's always been, I think, what you describe as quite strong.
So the right hand's right over.
No, see, that's weak.
Is it?
That's weak. I always think this.
Because you think that's strong,
Yeah.
sort of throttling it.
That's weak.
So strong grip is
Strong's like that.
That's what my brother does. My brother, Guy, right? Guy Price, he grips right, so the right hand is right round. If you're looking down, if you're right-handed, the right hand is round to the right-hand side.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the sort of bit of your thumb. What's that bit? The fleshy part of your thumb is pointing.
The way your fingerprint is.
There you go. Your fingerprint is pointing down the throat. And as a result, he duck hooks like an absolute mother.
There's going to be loads of people now that are going, that's not a strong grip, that's a weak grip. I'm pretty sure that's because I always think that would be a weak grip, but it's a strong grip.
Okay, fine.
But I'm going to use my injury as an opportunity to get into neutral or even weak.
People coming back from injuries, my mate Jimmy, I mean, he gets his episodically, regular shout outs.
Yes.
Always mentioning
Jimmy McGee.
Jimmy McGee, great comic, check him out. He he's got like bone spurs. Oh, I'm giggling.
How old is he?
Oh, this giggling at injuries thing is that I'm suddenly doing. But he gets bone spurs and things like that, and he is often coming back from injury. He gets himself a little cortisone injection every now and again.
Well, we spoke about cortisone on the show last week. We had a listener.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes, Ashrew. He's our cortisone guy.
Hope the cortisone's going well, guys. We are definitely getting sponsored by Big Pharma on the show.
Big cortisone.
Big cortisone. But he's always coming back from injury, and that helps him because you don't throttle things, you don't go full on, you're just easy and relaxed, and that is how you want to play golf.
That's what I found taking a few shots today.
Yeah,
is that it was really nice to have something that made me not overhit, because it will hurt. I have no choice but to give it a 60%, and when it comes out the middle, it feels brilliant. Maybe this is it. This is what's going to bring me back.
Is there anything funnier than golf shots that hurt? Right, I used to have this thing where when I was doing some random thing with my swing, if I nailed my driver, it would make my elbow go insane. So frequently, right, as people were saying, nice shot, like, whoosh, I would just be going, but worth it.
Yeah, nailed it.
This game is masochism, right? Masochism in a field. Yeah. That's what we're doing.
I used to have that with I used to have Titleist AP2s. That was the clubs that we played, I had for years when we started playing golf.
Okay.
They are, I guess, defined as like a muscle back. They're not blades, but I got to the point where I either hit them okay or I thinned it, and the pain was so bad. But I got to the point where the thin sort of worked that my 7-iron would go 130 across the ground. Yeah. So I'd be in so much pain, but I'd be like, it's sort of okay. It's sort of down the middle.
Golf is in pain. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Should we talk about the Masters? I want to make sure that this is a Masters special.
At the moment, it's a masochism special. That's not what it should be at all. Right, come on, the Masters. Here it comes. It's this weekend. It's the first major of the year, and it is, it's one that you cancel everything else and you sit in front of the telly for hours and hours and hours and get some money on it as well, because it's quite good fun. Just to chuck a couple of quid here and there on some long odds players.
I'm so excited because it's my favorite of the majors because it's so beautiful and it's green and it's lush and it's the start of the season. It reminds me of watching it on the BBC when I grew up.
Yes, Peter Alice is still somewhere in our heads, isn't he? Yeah.
Love Peter Alice.
Brilliant.
And if you see this year, they're doing a Masters box. This is brilliant. So you can have a box of the food that they have at the Masters, so the chicken and the egg sandwiches and the iced tea.
Hang on, is this the previous winners? Because that's what they do at the Masters, isn't it? The previous champion chooses dinner on the night before.
Yeah, winner's dinner. Yeah, no. So
it's
this
not
is
that.
No.
Okay, so this is like the strawberries and cream of Augusta.
That's exactly it. Oh. So all the iconic food that is really, really cheap because it is they keep it really low price at Augusta.
Yeah, because by the time you've got to Augusta, you've got no money left.
Yeah. They will send you the box so it arrives at your house on Masters Sunday to eat all the Masters food while you're watching it. It's $175 if you want it.
Wow.
How much? I sent it to my mate Chris as soon as I saw it, being like, can you imagine Masters Sunday? And it works perfectly because it'll be our Sunday evening with all these sandwiches watching the Masters take place.
But also they should do that for all sports, right? Premier League.
Yes.
There's a big match happening. Someone's knocking at the door. What's that? It's a hot pie and some warm lager. Thank you very much indeed.
That's £30, please.
Yeah, exactly. More sports should be doing this.
It's very clever. Who do you think's got it this year? Who's your money on?
God, you've gone for the big question straight away. Who's going to win it?
Yeah, who do you think is going to win it, or who's your outside?
My outside is... I'm going to put some money on Jason Day. I think that's becoming quite quickly the big topic of the season so far.
I've already done it.
Have you actually put money on him already?
Yeah.
Did you do it before the match play a couple of weeks ago?
I did during
the match play. Okay, Jason Day. But then I can't look much further than, and it sounds a bit unimaginative, but Scotty, the way he's playing, he's becoming the Roger Federer of golf, right?
Yeah.
But less Swiss. He is gliding. He looks like he's got more time than everyone else. He looks like he's more emotionally regulated than everyone else. So I can't really look much further than Scotty Scheffler.
He has that thing which Tiger had back in the day, which is if he's leading, no one's going to come close. His face looks like he doesn't care, which is such a superpower to have as you come down the final 9 to look like you've already won.
Yeah.
Is bonkers.
A resting don't care face.
Yes.
Because I've got a resting smug face. Right, resting face, ready?
Oh God, it's
Look at
awful.
that. So smug. What's your resting face?
I think mine's aggressive.
Go on.
Mine's like...
It's really aggressive. Oh my
People
God.
go, is he okay?
Do people sit next to you on tubes?
No, never.
That's what it is.
Never.
Resting aggressive face. So for me, it's going to be Scotty. I'd love Minwoo to be in the mix. I'd love a lot of people to be in the mix. Fitzpatrick, Zalatoris, all my favourites that I always mention, but I can't look beyond Scotty. What about you?
Tyrrell Hatton.
I wasn't expecting that.
Tyrrell Hatton's my guy.
Okay.
Because right now, as of today, as of filming, as of recording, he's 40-1. So he's a little outside a bet.
Okay.
He's playing he's trending so well right now. So I think he came second at the Players.
Yeah.
He came top 5 at Bay Hill. This year, and 6 at the Waste Management in Phoenix.
But he's not got the temperament. I will put this on record now. And this is going to, now I'm, I don't know you know this, Tom, but this is being recorded.
Yeah.
We are both visual now. You can check out the show on
Hi,
YouTube.
Mum.
There you go. Get on the YouTubes, or if it's Tom's mum, see you on Facebook. And I will put this out there now forever. Tyrrell Hatton's never going to win a major. And that I am sorry to say that because I love him. He's a great personality. And I've said before, I love the way he hates himself on the course, because we all do that a bit. He's not got the temperament. He's not got the big major winning temperament to win. And
I think you actually see that at his Masters scoring. So when I was looking at who's tracking at the moment, and Tyrrell's definitely tracking on the PGA Tour. Yeah. Like top 10s all over the place. Brilliant.
It's astonishingly good.
But you look at his scoring for the Masters 2022.
Yeah.
He has 78s. He has 80s. He just about makes the cut. The year before, so the Masters 2021, he has a couple of low 70s in there. So he can shoot. Obviously, we know he can shoot low scores in general, but he can shoot low scores around Augusta National, which is obviously what's really key.
Why do you think this year, and we're going to get to the break, so this had better be a big culmination to the first half of today's episode. Yeah. Tom Green, why is Tyrrell Hatton your man this year? And don't just say because the odds are tasty. There's got to be something going on with Tyrrell Hatton.
Because I really want him to.
Okay, good. That's really nice golf. Really good golf.
Does that work?
That's what I love about this. On any normal golf show on TV, they'll talk about expert, he hits a low ball or he's got a good shape. What I love about being a golf pundit on Golf Is Ruining My Life is that we basically go, I like him.
Isn't he funny online?
He's quite.
Isn't he? That's why no, but seriously, I would want him to do it because one, it would be hilarious to see a golfer like Tyrrell Hatton win at Augusta.
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
I want him to do it because English, obviously, and I just think his game is trending.
If an Englishman's going to win this year, you've got to be looking at Fitzpatrick, obviously, although he's not had a great year. Justin Rose, he showed a bit of form a couple of weeks ago. I wonder if Justin Rose, because again, slightly older now, he's won a major, he looks at ease with himself. And again, how much we need to project, when we look at the players we like playing on the PGA or playing professionally, we should look at the things we like about them and try and project that onto us. And I always like players who look relaxed. I always used to love Ernie Els, for example. Right?
The Big Easy.
The Big Easy. And I love Scotty, the same thing. And I think Justin Rose is the same. And I always think, I need to do more of that myself, right? So we project what we need, what we lack in our golf on the big players. Yeah,
and if you look at the guys that have won the Masters over the last few years, Scotty, Hideki Matsuyama, Dustin, 20 under. Dustin Johnson did it 3 years ago, COVID year. Before that, Tiger Woods.
Tiger, of course.
But if you look across like the last 15 years, it's very rare for people, bar Tiger's done it and Phil Mickelson's done it, for people to keep winning at the Masters. They normally do it once.
It's very unusual for that to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
One thing we haven't talked about yet.
Tyrrell Hatton,
Tyrrell Hatton
not one of the Masters yet.
You've absolutely sold me. Tyrrell Hatton's going to win. I can't believe it. Everyone else, if you're watching or listening, guys, don't bother going. It's Tyrrell Hatton's.
Tyrrell Hatton's going to win. Put $5,000 on Tyrrell Hatton to win.
It's laughing at the idea of you having $5,000.
Yeah, I don't have that sort of money.
Listen, we're getting towards the break, so let's stop for a break. But after that, I want to talk about something we haven't talked about yet in the context of the Masters, which is a big deal. Live players. We haven't mentioned any live players.
Yes.
And they are very much going to be there.
2 things that I've got for you after the break. The secrets of the Masters. Things that they don't like you talking about. Ooh. How's it so green? How's it so private?
Paint, fences, go on.
All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And do you want to become a member of Augusta National?
Because we are giving away a lifetime membership.
Stay there next. Thanks to our friends at Cobra Puma.
Augusta. Thanks, Cobra Puma. We better give them a call. Hi, guys. Can you shout us hundreds of thousands of pounds?
They'll be fine with it.
Right, stand by. More in a moment.
Oh, what a lovely advert that was.
It really was. I must get me one of those.
All of them?
I'll get just one for me, maybe one for my wife.
Yeah, it's kind of you.
I really hope that wasn't like funeral insurance. There's a lot of those about at the moment.
There are, yeah.
I think it's Co-op Funeral. I'm giving them a free shout now. They're doing a lot of ads for funerals.
Isn't that just your algorithms pointing? Because I'm getting none of them.
Are you getting loads of gout adverts as well?
Yeah.
Oh no, what's happening? I'm Henry VIII again.
So it's a Masters special this week.
It is.
Of your favourite golf podcast, Golf is Ruining My Life. And there are some things about Augusta that they don't want you to know.
Here we go.
Which I think is exciting because there is something about the Masters and Augusta National as a golf course that is steeped in heritage, but it's very secretive. Like, how's it all so perfect?
It looks like it's on a different planet. And that's one of the things I love about the Masters is it's the classic golf tournament where someone in your house who doesn't like golf might drift past the sofa.
Yeah.
And it's a golf net. Just catch them. Do you want to come and sit down for a second? Suddenly, maybe your other half has watched the golf for 2 hours, and you're like, "You're in.
We did it."
This is the magic of Augusta. So let's deconstruct that magic and find out some secrets.
So a lot of the stuff I think you've probably worked out over the time of watching the tournament. So in the months leading up to it, anything that's brown on the fairway is painted.
No, is it actually painted?
Fully painted green. Yeah. So the whole thing looks pristine because anything that isn't actually pristine is finished green. So someone goes out. Which would be really bad if I was playing. The amount of divot. No, and again.
Just be one greenkeeper behind you, like, use 6 litres on this guy. That's amazing. So when they say greenkeeper is green-fingered,
yeah,
literally has green fingers.
Augusta, yeah.
Okay.
It's very clever. They mow the fairway back into the tee box. So if you can picture that.
Yes.
So the grass grows towards the tee box when mowed. So when the ball hits the fairway, it can just die.
So it makes it harder.
It makes it way harder, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What else is there? Here's a really good one.
Yep.
Again, that I think if you watch it in the UK, you might have picked up on this. Like when you watch the Masters, the sounds in the background are always quite iconic. There's always the bird song.
There's Masters ASMR. Someone needs to release a double album. Classic sounds of the Masters.
Well, they're in the can. They're all...
What?
Yeah, the birds are in the can.
Are you joking?
No. There's live mics out and about.
So the green fairways are in the can of paint.
Yeah.
And the noise of the birds are also...
in the can.
Right.
Not real.
What, is anything in the Masters real?
It's not really green. It's grown back towards you to make it harder, and the birds aren't real.
Made for you by the same guys who faked the moon landings in 1969.
Oh, don't get the internet onto that.
It's not real.
There's that classic stuff. No, they're not called fans. They're called patrons.
Patrons. Yeah.
Which is
That's like when you go into John Lewis and they say, I'm not a shelf stacker, I'm a partner.
Yeah.
Sure. Where's the ketchup?
No mobile phones.
No
mobile phones.
Oh, yes, please.
No running.
Oh.
No, you're not allowed to run if you're on the course, and you're not allowed to run around. So if you're like, we need to get over here, you will get asked to leave if you're caught running.
It's a lot like being at a public swimming bath. No photographs.
Yep.
No phones.
Yep.
No running. No heavy petting. Or can we heavy pet by Rays Creek?
Rory's bum. You would, wouldn't you?
Great bum.
He's got a great bum.
Well, I would say that current fashions emphasize a golfer's trousers. You know,
Yeah.
there's a tighter trouser happening at the moment.
And there's a very famous pond called Ike's Pond on Augusta National. This is actually a little dark, right? This is a little dark fact.
Named after David Icke?
No, I don't know. No, not David Icke. No. So Ike's Pond, one of the co-founders of the golf course. Big Wall Street man, very, very famous in the golf world. In 1977, he shot himself next to Ike's Pond.
Heartwarming stuff.
It's a lovely, warming anecdote, that, isn't it?
And that's what. So they named the pond after him.
No, he wasn't called Ike. No.
Oh, right.
It was called Ike's Pond separately. But yeah, he shot himself in 1977 and next to the pond. So when you see the pond, you know that story.
Thanks, Tom. That's pretty.
Couple of Augusta facts.
Really nice. Deaths on golf courses. If you know a death that's happened on a golf course, give us an email. The Toms at Golf Is Ruining My Life.
That must happen more than you think.
Yeah, please
Heart
don't.
attacks.
Please don't.
Those are my good. I think those are interesting facts.
Yeah. What about becoming a member? How do I become a member? Because I'm good to go. I'm filling out the form online. By the way, can I just say, when I played last year, and again, I talk about this all the time on the show, when I played at Dornoch, when I was in the pro shop, someone came in and just casually asked about joining. Have I told you this?
Yeah, you have, yeah.
And the waiting list is like 18 years, and the down payment was £12,000.
And they went, I'll think about it.
Bye-bye.
You're never going to say no. You're never going to do the whole, oh, no. You go,
yeah, okay. £12,000, you say. I'll see if I can.
Think
all
about
right,
it.
thank you, mate. Cheers, thanks a lot. I'll come back in a bit.
So, do you want to be a member of Augusta National?
Well, listen, I'm a member of Muswell Hill. And that's a great golf course. So,
it's London's Augusta, isn't it? That's what they say.
Exactly. I'm already a member of Augusta, but in Zone 3. Yeah, of course I want to be a member of Augusta.
So, invite only, obviously.
Yeah.
As you'd expect. So you can't join. There is no application process. There's no fill this online.
No.
None of that.
Can you imagine if there was?
Join
through.
The master.
Looking up street address.
Join.
Augusta. It's ridiculous. Of course not. Just check you're not a robot. Click boxes where you see majors winners. Yeah, I'm ready to join.
So obviously it's invite only.
Yeah.
There are only 300 members at Augusta.
Wow.
That's
okay.
it.
Wow.
The green jacket that you get when you win the Masters
Yes.
is your sort of invite to become a member.
I see.
So all the members get given these green jackets.
Did they have a sort of Valhalla thing where, do you know about this in the olden days, Vikings?
Sure.
When people became too old and were a burden on the village, they were told to jump off a cliff and die, basically, to keep the numbers down. So if the numbers have got to be 300, and they're like, well, we're at 300 now, and we've got a new member coming in because they just won the Masters, they're like, Steve?
Yeah. Over to Ike's Pond with Steve. Shoot Steve. He's too old.
Have a little dip in Ike's Pond, Steve.
Just take the jacket off before you go in. We'll have that.
Very dark episode.
All the green jackets remain on site. You're
Yes.
not allowed to take it out.
So there's this thing about the Masters, isn't there, with the green jackets, where whoever's looking like they're about to win it, so say it's Scotty, who's a big chap, they will go and find a member who's a similar size. Yeah,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, because they're just for the purposes of the ceremony, they just want a jacket that's going to fit. So they've got like big Mark in the corner. And they're like, Scotty's 4 shots ahead with one hole to go. Mark's like, I've just spilt wine on it. Fine. my green and slightly stained jacket. So that's what they do. It's a member's jacket that they put on.
It's a member's jacket, so that's why you'll see some of the patrons walking around. The people that walk around with jackets are either members or obviously previous winners. I think Phil Mickelson or Tiger Woods has taken it off site.
Right. Okay.
One of them's been allowed to do it. So probably Tiger was allowed to do it.
I think Tiger can do pretty much anything in golf.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, he's free to do that.
Weirdly, in the UK, this wouldn't be so much of a thing, but because it's a private company, it has no published accounts. So there's nowhere online where you can go and see, okay, this is the revenue, so we can sort of work out what members are paying.
Right.
There's no published accounts.
So no one knows how much it costs to be a member of Augusta, what the subs are. Imagine getting the invite and going, well, what's the subs? Well, it's $1,400 a year. Sorry, mate.
Are you mad?
You must be joking.
I'm not going to join.
It is the ultimate, it's the bucket list, right? If people say, what's your golf bucket list? Well, obviously, sorry to be unoriginal, to play Augusta.
But it's so unachievable as I don't know how it would happen. They have started doing more stuff with social media YouTube people. So I think it was this might be wrong, but I think it was the good guys.
Oh yeah.
Went down last year. I think they did some stuff around Amen Corner.
Right.
They are becoming more open to having social media just because they see the importance of it.
I'd feel lucky to play it on a sim down here at pitch. Maybe they'd stick it in one of the booths.
I'd love that.
We could play Augusta. That would feel like an honour for me. That would sort of be like an e-bucket list.
Yeah.
Right? I've done something virtually. That's as close as I'm going to get.
Membership-wise, it's actually, I mean, this is obviously ludicrous amounts of money, but considering other courses of its pedigree, it's actually pretty reasonable. So $40,000 US is what the rumoured joining fee is.
Ah, right, okay.
So that's what it costs to join, and then every year it's about $3,000 or $4,000.
Okay, good to know. All right, I'll get that money put aside. Do they do standing orders? Can I do a direct debit?
Pay per month.
Great.
Klarna. I've got Augusta on Klarna. 300 members. Bill Gates a member. Very famously, Bill Gates a member. 300 members only.
Condoleezza Rice is a member, isn't she?
Yeah.
Probably the only female member, I'd imagine.
The first female member.
No, really?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Interestingly as well about the Masters this year, a few changes to the course as well. Have you seen what they've done with the 13th?
Extending it.
So they've made
Bring
it
the tee box
35 yards longer. They've gone back 35 yards, which I always think is the most amazing luxury for a golf course. Do you know what I mean? Just sort of look in the rearview mirror. We'll slap a tee 35 yards.
We'll get that.
Any of you lot in your normal golf course will be like, yeah, good luck finding that space. So we need to knock your house down, I'm afraid, because we're going to put an extra tee there. So they're making the 13th 35 yards longer. So I mean, obviously, you do need to make golf courses longer in the era of all the big hitters, but that's a shame because you're not going to quite get that exciting eagle, that shot over Rays Creek on the 13th.
And
you like the iconic Phil Mickelson coming out of the woods there for that sort of shot. Those are going to become a lot less likely. They did it to the 15th last year, and there were no eagles on the 15th last year in the whole tournament for the first time because they extended it.
Wow.
So I'm like, I get it. But is that a bit of a shame? Don't we want to entice them in? Because that's a big risk or reward there.
I mean, this is the whole conversation about bifurcation. What's the word? Bifurcation, which is going. You know about this? Is going ahead.
Yeah.
So it's going through. It's in the comment stage right now. With I don't know if it's a PGA thing or it's like an RNA thing, but they have said they wanted to do the rollback, and you can comment on it.
It's in comments.
Comment section. Yeah.
Right, have you seen what happens in comments on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter and
don't you dare roll it back.
Is that not a disaster? Hang on, guys. Wait. We're about to do bifurcation, but user 392961 who loves Chelsea and his missus says we're all woke losers.
Yeah, I'll roll your mum back.
Yeah, exactly. Can't do it, guys. Is that right? So it's the comment section where they look for the feedback.
So the thing with the ball rollback is it's going to become a local rule. Okay. So it's not going to be. You don't have to play it.
Yeah.
So it maybe won't be across everything in the PGA Tour. It might not be across everything in the DP World Tour. You could take it or leave it. The harder point with it is where the cutoff is. So it's also going to be in play for professional amateurs.
Oh, that famous, not at all contradictory 2 words there. Professional amateurs.
So where does that cut?
And women golfers, are they going to have to do it?
No.
Right.
So this is the whole argument about this, and I'm really conflicted with the whole thing, is the beauty of this sport, the reason we love this sport, is we play the same game as the professionals.
Yeah.
Where you couldn't go and play a round of golf. You couldn't go and play a football match at Wembley. You just couldn't do that.
No.
But you could go and play at Royal Liverpool.
It's totally the thing about golf is that once around, if you're an 18 handicapper or an 8 handicapper or a +8 handicapper, you hit a shot and your head pokes through the clouds and you are Scotty Scheffler. You've hit a shot as well as Scotty Scheffler. That happened to an 18 handicapper.
Yeah.
But it's only once around as opposed to 70 times around for him. And that's magical. And for that to now happen, and because of bifurcation, part of your brain will go, yeah, but he's got a more difficult ball to hit.
Yeah.
You're taking away that connection. You're taking away the magic. I really don't like it.
And a big argument I heard as well was the problem is the people who are going to pay for this are your everyday golfers. Because, say, look at Titleist, right, with the Pro V1.
Yeah.
The Pro V1 currently wouldn't match the criteria for the ball rollback.
Okay.
So they're now going to have to put a load of time, a load of effort, a load of work, a load of R&D, a load of money into creating the best possible ball to the rollback criteria.
And all for 15 yards. It's not like they're going to be that much shorter.
Yeah,
it's not a massive reduction in distance, is it?
But that R&D cost goes on your 12 Pro V1s that
Are you
you're
telling
buying.
me my balls are going to get even more expensive?
They are, yes.
Unbelievable.
Can you believe it?
Unbelievable. All right, so that is your Masters special here on Golf is Ruining My Life. The Masters is heading your way this weekend. We'll be around on our socials watching it, won't we? All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, so you can find us. We've not even got to the fact that we went viral on TikTok.
Let's talk about that next week.
We need to talk about this next week.
Yeah. Weird.
We went viral.
Moments.
I've never felt so abused by the internet before as going. So anyway, you can go and find us on TikTok. It's at Golf is Ruining My Life. That's also our YouTube.
All the comments said we should be rolled back. That was
Yeah,
the
they
problem.
did, yeah.
That was the problem we had.
Roll you back, Tom Price. Twitter, Instagram. It's all Golf is Ruining My Life. Just find it. We're there. You can also email us, the Toms, at golfisruiningmylife.co.uk.
Yes, so we'll be going to be watching the Masters with you guys over the next few days. Enjoy it. And, and looking forward to Tyrrell Hatton's thank you speech when he wins it.
Oh, yeah, Tyrrell Hatton's going to win.
If you are a member of Augusta National, paying $40,000 a year, rumoured, and you're a similar size to Tyrrell Hatton, make sure your jacket is clean on Sunday.
Can you imagine that on Sky Sports on Sunday where they're all there and it's a proper commentary team? And who's on that commentary team? There's
you've got
Tea Time Tips.
You and What's It and Thingy
and
Majig.
Andrew Coulthard. They're all there, and they go. So Andrew, who do you think's going to win the Masters? It's Tyrrell Hatton. Why? Because I like him. Sky Sports Golf.
Just think he's really good. Good. All right,
what a
enjoy the
shit
Masters.
podcast this is.
Amazing. Can't believe you're listening to this, guys. Can't believe you made it this far. All right, we'll be back next week with, ruining our lives via golf. That's what we do.
Yeah, it's a less golfy one next week. It's going to be more sort of general golf chit-chat from me and you.
I don't think in many ways it's going to make it more golfy, mate. I've got to show you the picture of my ball next week.
See you next time.
Sorry, I was confusing you with my doctor.
Yeah.